better cock your pistols.
No more autographs today, thank you. America's favorite mystery novelist needs a nap. For her inspiration. Besides, I'm going to want to look my best for that handsome Mr. Houston. Now, there's a man I wouldn't mind sharing my clues with. Got the gall to knock, you better have the sense to duck. Oh, it's you. If you've come here to discuss what I think you have, forget it. Turn that damn thing down! You're breaking my eardrums!
I've done my part. Now you do yours. In exactly 12 minutes.
Mr. Slocum!
Hello, Jerry. Start
Evening, Mr. Slocum. Slocum, have you read my manuscript yet?
Well, I haven't, but I'm going to. Thank you for coming over.
Still on for cocktails?
You bet. Operator, this is Wayne Slocum. I'd like to place a long-distance person-to-person call to Los Angeles. Mr. Matt Houston.
Imagine me, a household name.
Mom's already a household name.
And the face too. And the face too, right, Myron?
The face, your smile there on the cover of the carton, surrounded by such delicacies as veal scallopini, saltimbocca romano, ravioli, spaghetti, fettuccine, linguine, mastaccioli, rigatoni, meatball, sausage, pizza, manigold, eggplant, parmesan, lasagna, gnocchi, spumoni, antipasto, chicken gattatore.
Here are your notes for the speech.
Oh, well, thank you. Listen, next time I agree to give a speech to the mystery writers, do me a favor, would you? Talk me out of it.
Yeah, just like I tried to take Myron and Mama out of this crazy idea.
Crazy, it's not crazy, it's fabulous, it's a real moneymaker. I'm telling you, all we need is a little development money, and before you know it, this woman's face is going to be staring out of every grocery store frozen section in the country, and every freezer of every home, cooking to mouth-watering perfection in millions of ovens every night.
Imagine me cooking in millions of ovens every night.
Now, hold it, folks. Listen, I have to think about this a little bit. I really haven't considered going into the business.
Look, Houston, just think about it. And after you
Mr.
think about that,
Houston, Wayne Slocum on the line for you.
Oh, thank you.
Look, Houston, think about it. Then think about this. Mama's line of Italian food could just be the beginning. We could start up all kinds of frozen food lines. We could do Chinese, Mexican, Moroccan, German, Swiss, Irish, English.
Wayne!
I'm just double-checking to make sure you're coming down tonight. I know how busy you can get up there.
Oh, of course. I was just talking to everybody. Hear about how excited I am to talk to your writers.
Terrific. About what time do you think you'll get here?
About 6 o'clock.
Good.
Wayne, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
It sounded an awful lot like gunshots.
It did sound like gunfire. Hold on a minute, Houston.
Mr. Slocum!
It's Emily. She's been shot. She's dead.
Houston, Emily Armour's been murdered.
Likewise. If ever a friend needed a friend.
Well, you know the old saying, a friend is the best gift to give yourself. Now, listen, I read your latest Dun & Bradstreet. Sounds like you being the #1 mystery novel publisher is treating you pretty well.
Well, I was blessed. By the way, where's Miss Parsons?
Oh, she got tied up in a court case. She's going to drive down a little later. So whatever happened with Emily Armour death?
Nothing. That's why we're so glad to have you here.
Now, wait a minute. I agreed to come down here and speak to your stable of mystery writers, but I
Just
didn't...
a second. You wait a minute. This lady is the most widely read mystery writer in America.
Well, I know who she was. Everybody knew who she was.
Somebody coldly pumped 3 slugs into her. Now, you're not going to walk away from that.
Listen, I've got other commitments to the local law
The
enforcement.
local law enforcement is nil. There's 1 sheriff and 2 deputies.
I know that.
And I talked to the sheriff. With a case this big, he needs all the help he can get, especially yours.
Great.
Oh, Mr. Houston, good to see you and good to have you aboard. Yes, sir. Now, you consider yourself deputized.
Well, it's a pleasure to be on your team, Sheriff.
Yeah, thank you. Boys, if you're about through, why don't you go on back over the office? I'll be over directly.
What have you come up with so far?
Well, nothing much, sir. Nothing you can hang your hat on. No sign of a struggle, no forced entry. Either she forgot to lock her door or she knew her murderer and let him in.
Or maybe he was waiting inside for her. Listen, any theories on that?
Well, I think you can rule out the motive of robbery, because the guy'd have to be plumb blind. I went right through her purse, had $610 in cash in it and enough jewelry to open a hock shop.
The sheriff checked all the rooms. Everybody heard the noise, but they didn't see anything.
Sheriff, tell me a little more about the shots.
There was 3 of them. One of them went clean through her. Weighed out as .45 caliber.
Sounds like premeditated murder by somebody who knew her and hated her a whole bunch.
How do you figure that?
What's the difference between kill and overkill? I mean, to shoot such a very small lady with such a very large caliber 3 times, that spells hate to me, a whole lot of it.
But the only people here who knew Emily were the mystery writers.
Any of those writers have reason to hate her?
All of them. We have a saying, to know Emily is motive enough to kill her. Well, I shouldn't say that. That makes me a suspect.
Yeah, well, you're the one person I don't have to worry about.
You mind if I ask why he rates special immunity?
Well, that's because he's got the world's best alibi, Sheriff. I was talking to him on the phone when the killing occurred.
That's right.
Yeah, I even heard the shots. Listen, Wayne, when am I going to get a chance to meet the rest of the mystery writers?
Oh, I'd say at the banquet tonight. Of course, we've canceled your speech because of what's happened, but I'm sure I can round them up.
That'd be great.
Here comes the vanguard of suspects. That fellow over there. Now, that's Jerry Fenton. He's the only non-writer of the group. He lives with the dead lady's Man Friday.
Yeah, he looks like a certain type. Maybe a boxer.
He was. Some say he could have gone all the way.
Why didn't he?
Well, he just stopped. Quit. Dropped out of sight. 5 years later, he surfaced and was under Emily's employ.
Curious to find out what he's been up to for the past 5 years. Isn't that Nick Harrigan?
Yes,
Yeah, I've seen him on television. He's the ex-cop turned officer.
Yes, the critics say he's a terrific mystery writer. In fact, I've read one of his books. It was dripping with gore and blood.
So was his relationship with Emily.
How so?
Well, they lived together for 3 short months, and they separated amidst much bad feelings and open warfare.
I remember reading about that. She gave an interview to a magazine in which she said that Macho Man Nick Harrigan wasn't so macho after all. He retaliated by coming out in public and saying that she was the reigning queen of kink.
That's Courtney Garner. Yeah. She's got a couple books on the bestseller list this month.
Yes, that's Courtney, all right. But I wouldn't hold her as a viable suspect.
Wasn't she being sued by the dead woman for plagiarism? $30 million worth?
No, that's just a nuisance suit. Emily and Courtney got along very well until Emily decided that Courtney had stolen her concept on that new bestseller.
Well, I beg to differ with you on that. I mean, 30 million's a good motive for murder, even for Courtney Garner.
Well, I suppose you're right. We can't rule anybody out. But of all the people in this room here, I'd say that those 3 were the ones closest to Emily.
I guess we just better focus on those 3 for right now.
I wonder if you two would excuse me for the rest of the evening. I've got a ton of long-distance phone calls to make. And Emily's murder has just created havoc with the publishing of her next novel.
Certainly.
Houston? Miss Parsons? It's a pleasure to have you here.
Good night. Are you hungry?
I'm wrung out. Do you mind if I abandon ship?
No, why don't you go on? I just gotta figure something out.
Such as?
Well, why anybody with premeditation would want to kill Emily Armour with a very loud gun a few hundred feet away from a crowded swimming pool. Yeah, I better do some moseying around.
Well, you do that. Happy hunting. me in the bungalow when I got back.
Who was in your room?
I don't know. He had a chokehold on me. He said if we didn't get off this case, we were going to be like Emily Armour, dead.
Don't worry about it, CJ. I'm gonna find him, and I'm gonna nail him 6 ways from Sunday.
Jerry Fenton? Yeah, Lester, they told me I'd find you out here. My name's Matt Houston.
I know. You're Houston. The Private Fuzz. And she's your,
Yeah, I'm a business associate and lawyer.
Any way you want it.
Yeah, well, the way I want it is the way it is.
Listen, we thought you might know who would have wanted to kill Emily Armour.
She had enemies like everyone else.
Like, Courtney Garner, who was suing her for $30 million.
That lawsuit was for publicity. That's what Emily was best at.
30 mil is an awful lot of publicity. It's also a lot of motive for murder.
You want motives? Check Nick Harrigan. Emily and Nick had a real go-around the other night. He's a tough ex-cop, and he loves to get physical.
Well, does Harrigan ever get physical with Emily?
Would have, except I was there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, you're an ex-boxer. Yeah, I heard something about that. Yeah, you dropped out of sight for 5 years, and then, well, what do you know? You turn up now working for a lady author. Quite a leap.
Yeah? So?
Well, it just seems a little curious for somebody to drop out of sight for 5 years. You know, a little odd, unless maybe they joined the army or went to prison.
Maybe I wrote poetry.
Yeah, well, it just seems like a long way to go from heavyweight contender to Emily Armour's gopher.
Gopher? I was her secretary, which means I was her research assistant and story editor.
Any way you want it. Listen, friend, with or without your help, I'm going to find out what you've been up to for the past 5 years. Who knows, I may find out an awful lot.
Let's go.
CJ, I want you to get a hold of Myron and have him find out all he can about Miss Armour's secretary.
As long as we don't have to question him in this thing, I don't think it carries a first aid kit.
All right, yes, I killed her. I had to. She was gonna ruin me. She was a horrible woman. No, no, God, put that gun away. No, God, no,
You actually threw a chair through my window.
Yes, I did. It sounded like you were in trouble from out there, and
Oh, desperate trouble. This book is due in a week, and I've only killed off my 3rd victim. By the way, who are you?
I'm sorry, my name's Matt Houston.
Oh, yes, you were supposed to be our guest speaker before Emily went to that big rewrite in the sky.
That's right, I'm trying to figure out who sent her there.
Oh, then this must be the chapter where the handsome detective grills all his prime suspects.
Well, since you're the one that writes all the mystery novels, I'm sure you know all about the questions I'm about to ask you.
Yes, I probably know all the answers, too. Let's see, do I have an alibi? No. Do I have a motive? Yes. Did I kill Emily? No.
Well, if you don't have an alibi and you admit to having a motive, now what's going to prevent me from thinking that you're the killer?
Couldn't we just skip the obvious and get to the part where the sensuous suspect and the famous detective fall desperately in love?
Well, I don't think that, I think I've met this flashlight before. You see this?
It's dented.
Yeah, and so's my head. Somebody slugged me with one that looked an awful lot like this last night.
What, you think I did it?
Well, this is your room, isn't it?
I don't deny that. What I do deny is knowing how that flashlight got in it.
Why do I get the feeling that this is the chapter where the sensuous suspect starts lying to the famous detective?
Because she is.
Mm-hmm.
That flashlight appeared here early this morning when her gentleman caller departed.
Does gentleman have a name?
Of course he does. I'm not going to tell you.
Miss Garner, I don't believe you understand. Now, whoever slugged me with this flashlight could very well be a killer. Now, would you please tell me who it is?
This conversation's over, Mr. Houston. I'm not going to tell you anything more.
Well, now, maybe you don't have to. But you look at here. Nick Harrigan.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Well, leaving town so soon, Harrigan?
Who are you?
My name's Matt Houston.
Oh, yeah, the hotshot private eye from Megabuck City.
Listen, you leaving town right now, people might think you're running. Running because you killed Emily Armour.
I don't give a damn what anybody thinks, you included.
Well, Sheriff Keeler wants everybody to stay in town for at least 36 hours.
Well, I don't take orders.
Yeah, I know. That's why you got kicked off the force. Well, look at this. 45 caliber. That's the same caliber that killed Emily.
It doesn't prove anything.
You killed her. You killed Emily.
Easy, just a minute, Jerry. Just save a little bit of him for Sheriff Keeler, all right?
Houston, just a minute.
Nick does have a point. This isn't the only 45 caliber pistol in the world, Houston.
Yeah. I'm certainly glad you decided to stick around town for a little while. I mean, I'm going to have Sheriff Keeler check out the ballistics on your weapon.
I'll make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
Hey, pal. You think Nick Harrigan did it?
He's the best candidate we've got so far.
Well, if the gun and ballistics check.
Maybe.
What's the matter with you? Something on your mind?
I don't know. It's all too easy. There's just a couple of things that just don't feel right.
Maybe because you're dealing with mystery writers who live in the world of illusions and dreams and twists and turns.
Could be, but I tell you, I got a funny feeling that the sheriff's department here is not going to have the facilities to run a ballistics check on his weapon. Means I'll have to fly it into L.A. later on this afternoon. Better give him a call. Mayday, this is Matt Houston, over. I'm about 10 miles due south of Ciudad del Sol. I'm picking up ground fire and my oil pressure's dropping fast. Mayday, if anybody out there can read me, listen, I tell you, my temperature's in the red. My oil line's been shot out. If I don't land this thing in a hurry, come on, girl. Just a little bit longer. Hang on for old Matlock. Whoever you are, this is war.
Well, this is all over, Houston. You better find someplace to hide.
What are you gonna do, come after me from behind prison bars?
I didn't do it. Shoot at you, shoot at a helicopter.
I was taking your gun in for a ballistics check. Now, who else has got reason to shoot me down?
It wasn't me.
We've heard that before. Now get in the car.
Hold it, Matt. I know this man. He's not a murderer.
Thank you, Wayne.
I'll see that my lawyers post the bail. You'll be out in a matter of hours, Nick.
Oh, listen, now, hold on just a minute. Now, that's all very generous, but I don't think it's a very good idea.
Consider yourself in big trouble when I'm sprung.
I'll let you know as soon as I get that ballistics report, Mr. Houston.
Matt, I think you acted hastily. Jail is no place for that man, not even for a couple of hours.
Mr. Slocum, if Harrigan didn't do it, then he's better off in custody anyway. If he didn't kill Emily, then he's a perfect target for the one who did.
Sorry, I don't follow you.
Well, if Harrigan remains here, then the killer just might arrange for an accident or suicide, thus closing the case and letting the real murderer go scot-free.
Miss Parsons, I'd like to put you under contract. Have you ever considered writing a thriller?
Mr. Houston,
Yes.
that's for being so smart. You were smart enough to figure out that Nick Harrigan killed Emily, all right. But you're not smart enough to ask yourself why. He did it for me.
Courtney, we understand how you feel.
No, you don't understand how I feel. That woman, everyone knew her as this great wit on talk shows, thank you, and publicity circuit. But they didn't know her. The more scandal and pain she caused, the better she liked it because that meant more publicity for her.
Well, we understood that's all she cared about.
Well, no one will miss Emily. But Nick Harrigan will be missed. I'll miss him. Oh, Lord, what that woman cost me. When she cost everyone she touched. Even poor Jerry Fenton. She would abuse him and insult him in public, and then she would make him work till all hours of the night.
Wait a minute, how do you know that?
Well, I would hear him pounding away at his typewriter every night since he's been here. You sure picked a rotten way to make a living.
CJ, I'm getting a very funny feeling. Don't ask me what it is, because if I'm wrong, I'm going to feel real stupid. Would you do something for me?
With a build-up like that, how can a girl refuse?
Well, listen, I want you to go to Emily's bungalow, see if you can find anything with her handwriting on it, preferably one of her manuscript pages. And to go see Jerry Fenton's bungalow. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Houston, don't get into it with him. He's an ex-boxer. Allô? Oui, this is the chambermaid.
who has a lousy Hungarian accent.
It's a French accent, Houston.
Whatever, CJ. Listen, I think I struck pure gold over here.
Terrific, because I just struck contracts, legal ones, and now I think that I'm thinking what you're thinking.
Well, that's super. Listen, I tell you what, I'm gonna swing by your room and pick up those contracts. Meantime, I want you to get a hold of Sheriff Keeler. Tell him to get him and his black and white over here pronto, all right?
You bet.
So you discovered our little secret, eh? Well, it's true, Houston. The ex-boxer was writing Emily's mystery novels. Now, what are you doing with these papers? What do you want with them?
Don't you know what they mean?
My lawyers drew them up. Of course I know what they mean. Jerry writes the books, and Emily does
I know does the publicity, and that's what everybody keeps telling me. Now, Wayne, will you please talk to me?
She was a failed actress who couldn't write a shopping list, but she was fabulous.
She was flamboyant, and we were all getting rich.
Don't you understand? This contract is Jerry Fenton's motive for killing Emily.
Will you stop being silly? Why would he want to kill the goose that was laying all those lovely golden eggs? It's an updated contract, Houston. Just in time for this annual meeting. The Slocum Publishing Company was going to announce the
Would you stop playing games with me? Now, the new terms stink. Emily was getting a lion's share. She was getting greedy. Fenton just couldn't handle that.
I blame myself. I should have never allowed Jerry to sign those contracts. Oh, he was in a rage. I knew it then. I knew it.
Yeah, you knew he could kill her. Tell me where he is.
He's at the lake. I just left him earlier. He's out jogging. Houston. I discovered him, you know. Imagine. An ex-boxer. There's such a spin on his words. I could tell from the first pages.
CJ's already called the sheriff. I might go a little easier on him if you're out there.
No, I don't think I could handle that.
How long does it take you to get here?
Oh, Jerry, you look all upset. I came right over when you called.
Houston knows. He took my pages.
Houston knows nothing. You better calm down. You need a drink.
He didn't take those pages for nothing.
He showed me the pages. I explained everything to him, Jerry.
Explained what? Explained how?
I explained how our business works. I explained about the ghostwriting. I explained about the contracts. He understood that. Jerry, everything is fine.
Fine. Anybody with a glass eye could see what happened. With my manuscript. And that contract. He's sure to think that I killed her, or at least had something to do with it.
Well, there's an argument for that. But you can also say that you are the last person in the world who would want to see Emily dead. It would ruin you. He understood that. Jerry, why shouldn't he?
He's smart. He'll figure it out.
Well, you're right about that, Jerry. Houston is smart.
And you? You're not that tough, big as you are. Houston followed the trail to you. If he should decide to put a little squeeze on you, you wouldn't mind trading off a few years in prison with me.
Huh? What? I don't feel so good.
I always wanted to tell you, Jerry, how much I liked you. how much I enjoyed our association together. And I was wondering if there was some last thing you wanted me to do. Someone you wanted me to look up.
What are you talking about? What are you doing?
Well, I'm typing up your suicide note. I put poison in your glass. You've got about, 20 seconds to live. Yes, Jerry. You're right about one thing. Houston is smart. And I think he probably would have found out about everything. But I'm smarter. I have decided to end this little game. With you. I'm sorry, Jerry. You certainly did have a way with those typewriter keys. You and I could have earned an awful lot more money together. I'll miss that.
Now I know why I didn't find Jerry down by the lake.
It was a suicide, Houston. The maid found the body. Apparently he poisoned himself.
Oh, Sheriff?
Mr. Houston, it looks like this case is all wrapped up. Oh, I want to show you something. I found this hidden in the room. I expect the lab will confirm it's the murder weapon. And, might take a look at this. Found this in his typewriter.
She deserved to die. I would have gotten away with it if it hadn't been for Matt Houston. I tried to kill him, but I know now my arrest is inevitable. Can't stand the thought of prison.
I want to thank you for all your help. Is there something wrong, Mr. Houston?
Well, it's just a feeling, you know the feeling that you get when the hair on the back of your neck stands up, something's wrong, out of place?
Yeah, well, I get that every once in a while, especially when my wife goes on a shopping spree.
Yeah, well, this really isn't a shopping spree. Listen, I just wish I could put my finger on it.
Yeah, well, if you need any help, you just let me know, okay? And again, thank you, sir. Ma'am.
Listen, there is something you could do for me. I mean, seeing as how I got to the scene of the crime a little late when Emily Armour was killed, I thought maybe I could take a look at your official report.
Sure you can. I got it in my briefcase in the car. I'll get it for you.
I suppose you're wondering what I'm doing here, while out there, my friend and associate is being carted off in a body bag.
I'm here to arrest you for murder, Wayne. You killed Emily. You almost got away with it.
Please, Houston, it was Jerry. You said so yourself. Emily got greedy and so...
Come on, Jerry was your accomplice. You see, Jerry's the one that fired 3 shots I heard on the phone when I was talking to you. It was the perfect alibi, but you made 2 mistakes.
You know, I think you and Miss Parsons really ought to start writing thrillers. All right. 2 mistakes.
Well, it first happened by chance. Remember that first night when you hid in CJ's room? You scared her half to death to try and get us off the case? Well, you had no way of knowing that I was going to run into your partner outside of Emily's room. See, that told me that there had to be an accomplice.
Circumstantial evidence, Houston. Circumstantial evidence. It could have been any common burglar.
Yeah, that's true. But there is something else, Wayne. See, I read the sheriff's report. There were no powder burns on Emily's body. That was your big mistake.
Powder burns?
That body would have had to have had powder burns on it to be shot at close range, but there were none. That means that somebody muffled those shots. It means the shots I heard on the phone didn't kill her. She was killed earlier.
Well, it still could have been someone else.
Why would anybody else want to do something like that unless they were trying to create the perfect alibi?
Jerry blamed me, getting him into that mess with Emily. And he said if I didn't get him out of it, he'd leave the Slocum Publishing Company. Now, you know that Jerry's books were selling in the millions.
That's right, and they kept your company in the black. Couldn't afford to lose your star writer, so you killed Emily. Then when you realized that I was getting too close, you killed Jerry just to protect your own skin.
It's because of you that I killed Jerry. You've cost me a lot. We've known each other a long time, pal. I'm gonna ask you something. Let it be. Walk away.
I can't do that.
Well, I can't let you take me in.
Friend, this is not what I'd call a happy ending for either one of us.
Your mama, you're the soul of Italy. Okay, now is she, excuse me, he comes out of the kitchen bearing Mama Novelli's food fit for the gods. What I want you to do is I want you to frame the archway, the grape leaves on the latticework, the candles, the ambiance of Italy, and then as she comes down into a close, she says...
Are you gonna love it?
Great, I want you to hold in that smile. Then I want you to rack back down here past the wine, past the candles, past the bread, to the Mama Novelli's package featuring the logo. That's what we're selling. Rack clothes. What? This is made for home movies. Oh, no. Houston, thank goodness. You're right on cue.
Myra, you told me to come down here in a hurry. What's going on?
Look, we're making a test run for a commercial. I wanted to get some of my concepts down on film here so those advertising guys didn't botch it up. This is it. This is the beginning. I wanted you here to be part of this great moment. Yes, but also because I felt the restaurant should be populated for the spot. Look, just don't worry. Just sit down. There's no speaking part. Your only atmosphere. Savario has the only line here. You're gonna love it. Oh, excellent. Boy, I wish Mama was here. Somehow, it's not quite the same. Rehearsal.
But I'm not Mama.
Is Mama gonna go for this whole thing?
She fell in love with the idea.
Yeah, well, where is she?
She's gone to inspect the factory where the food is actually made.
All right, you can handle that. Now, remember, energy. All right, everybody, let's try one of these things. Great. All right, everybody, now, let's do one.
Ready when you are, CB.
Oh, you're gonna love it. Not yet.
Never mind, it's all off. There's not going to be any Mama Novelli's frozen foods.
What do you mean, Mama? I thought you were all excited about this idea.
Yeah, sure. For the restaurant, it's fine. But for all that food, but Carita, you need a factory.
Yeah, but Houston, I made such a great deal. I got the same place that makes Chef Linguini's frozen pizza.
Chef Linguini's pizza is not pizza. It's a cardboard with ketchup on it. And now they're just going to make more. Stick it in a box. With the name Novelli on it? Ma, siete matti. Never.
Mama, we'll make a fortune.
Hey, he who steals my purse steals trash. But he who steals my name, they're asking for trouble. No,
Sevario's. You're gonna love it.
Better cock your pistols.
What a tuxedo costs these days, you would think they'd come up with some instructions on how to tie the damn thing.
Houston, there's nothing to it.
What do you mean there's nothing to it? If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have to speak at this policeman's benefit. I could be watching the ball game.
Very good.
Get it?
Lieutenant, you have a call, line 3.
Thanks.
Houston, I'll help you with this. Now watch what I do. It's easy.
It's not easy. You know, the same fellow that designed this designed the Rubik's Cube.
Yes, sir. I'll meet him behind the convention center. I'm afraid we're gonna have to make a quick stop.
Trouble?
Yeah, at the rally for Senator Delaney, there might be some trouble, and the captain's homesick. Just want to double-check security.
Ready.
Vince, how'd you get yours tied?
Nothing to it.
Yeah, well, it looks... It's a clip-on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
I'll swap you.
Just got the word. The senator's left his hotel and he should be here any time now.
There he is. There's the senator now.
Good to see you again. Hey, Bob, look out!
Senator, you all right?
You all right? No. Just my shoulder. Oh, help me.
All right, take it easy. Take it easy.
He ran right into us. Stetson wasn't him. He couldn't find a weapon.
Used to be the only one who saw him.
That's him.
No mistake, for the record.
That's him, Vince.
It'll be nice having a real vacation. This resort looks glorious, Houston. I just hope the numbers are as good as Murray says they are. It's my kind of investment. I could easily crash there for a month without any trouble at all.
Don't say the word crash when you're flying near the Bermuda Triangle, CJ.
Sorry about that. Your shoulder still hurt after 3 months?
Just a little bit. CJ.
Set a new course. 129er.
What the hell's going on here?
Are we on an island or what?
Get out.
Follow me.
Sir, we have the Houston party.
Bring them in. Don't you ever finish filing your nails?
I just have to even this one out.
How would you like to have that finger cut off? Wait outside the door, please. You're even more beautiful than they said. That should prove to be a big help for us, my dear.
Thanks loads.
Hungry?
You're supposed to be dead.
Well, I don't know whether I should be flattered or not, Mr. Houston.
Yeah, CJ, take a good look. He's an international criminal. Marquis Duval Sr.
The father of the assassin you caught at the convention.
Yes, that was really foolish of him. We have specialists to handle such assignments, but he's young, headstrong.
Headstrong. Chip off the old block, huh? Yeah, CJ, this man runs a small band of terrorists. They're very deadly and very good at what they do. Tell me something. What's an assassination cost these days, or a bomb in an airport?
Everything is negotiable, Mr. Houston.
Fine. What have we got to negotiate? You didn't bring us here for brunch.
It's a very good question, Mr. Houston. And I have a very good answer.
Fine, I've got another question. Just where the hell are we?
One question at a time, Mr. Houston. You asked what we're negotiating for. It's her. Take her to her quarters.
Just a minute there, Charlie.
Now, Mr. Houston, you don't think I do anything but see this lovely young lady to the most comfortable quarters we have? Her security is guaranteed, my friend. She is my guest for now.
I said...
Houston, it'll be all right.
I'm very pleased you care so much for her, Mr. Houston, because we have something very serious to discuss.
Well, if you're talking about your son, you can forget it. Now, the man was caught red-handed with his finger on the trigger, so to speak.
Yes, but you were the only witness.
How many witnesses does it take for an assassination attempt, huh?
Don't you remember, Mr. Houston, my saying that anything and everything can be negotiated? I suggest we take a little drive. to show you how serious this situation is and to give you a better view of the realities. Shall we? There is no escape from here. Suppose you were to make it through the jungle to the coast. Where would you go? Good answer.
Now, where are we? I know we were on a plane. That means there's a landing strip around here. Civilization can't be that far off.
We are, sir, where it suits my needs to be. I am Lord, Baron, you name it. Master of this place, if you will. For a few million in donations to a certain government from time to time, my privacy is ensured.
It helps me out a lot. I'm still in the dark.
Precisely. That's the point. You remain so.
Could we just get down to it now? You've got to be crazy. Now, how can I get your son released? He's in jail without bond. The next logical step is going to be a very well-deserved 30-year prison sentence.
You will leave here without knowing where you've been and do exactly as I tell you. Or else your dear Miss Parsons will be forever among the missing, buried in a place the world neither knows nor cares about.
What exactly is it you want me to do?
You will appear in a California courtroom. You will testify to a case of mistaken identity. After all, it was dark. The situation was confused. You were injured, in a state of shock, and you didn't know who you were identifying.
Who do you expect is going to buy that kind of a story, huh?
I expect you, Mr. Houston, to do a masterful job of selling. You will destroy that district attorney's case and free my son. Is that clear?
Yeah. Go down.
I'm sorry you did that.
Save your apologies for later, all right? Now, here's the way it's gonna go. We're gonna go back to your hacienda and pick up CJ. And we're gonna go out and find your airstrip. Why don't you get in the back seat, huh?
I sincerely hope we could settle this without a show of force.
We can't. Drive. I said drive. Jeep. One move. Into the house.
That's far enough, Mr. Houston.
I'll be the judge of that. Now move.
The charade is over. Stoney, bring that woman out here.
Gentlemen, that's far enough.
Go ahead, shoot them. Or if that's distasteful, fire into the air. Go ahead. You're a brave man, Mr. Houston. I thought you might try an escape attempt, so I have the accompanying guards carry unloaded weapons. I'd hoped we could do business on a basis of mutual trust, or at least with an understanding of the realities. But I see that's not meant to be. Pity, really. Prepare firing squad.
Duvall, what are you doing? Your problem is with me, not with her. Let her go.
Aim!
I'll do it. Whatever you want.
Stand clear. Goodbye, Mr. Houston.
Houston. Mr. Houston, good morning.
CJ.
I thought you and CJ flew to the Bahamas.
CJ.
She's not here. I'll get you some coffee.
Pam, listen, I know I asked you to cover for me this weekend, but why don't you take the day off? I could use the time to myself.
Sure. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, really. Why don't you spend some time with that fellow of yours that never complains about your overtime?
I will. There's nothing I can do?
Not a thing.
Okay.
Mr. Houston, so there's no mistake. Just as I knew you were a brave man who would try to escape, so I also know you might not be swayed by threats to your life. But I have your Miss Parsons. I will not hesitate to kill her if you do not fulfill your end of our bargain, or if you attempt to betray me. Of course, Mr. Houston, you will be watched.
Hey, let me read your lips, because this ear doesn't hear so good from the war. I'm getting confusing signals here.
Got the problem, Vince. Now, it's my testimony that's gonna put that kid away.
Kid, he's a trained assassin, one of the best.
Don't understand, Vince. You don't send somebody to prison unless you're sure, and I am not sure. Now, maybe I just wanted it to be the kid that night.
I don't believe this.
Now, I talked to Judge Risk, and he understands my concern. Now, he tells me there'll be a hearing within 72 hours.
I mean, you're recanting your testimony.
There's nothing else I can do, Vince.
Come on, you put that garbage on the street and
That
walk
is up
away.
to the judge to decide. Now, the law says beyond a reasonable doubt, and I've got a doubt, Vince. Wish you understood my concern.
What does it take, huh? What does it take? I mean, I can buy a rummy with a pint of muscatel, a prison snitch with a favor, or a junkie with the price of a fix. I mean, I know judges can be bought. I know cops can be bought, but what does it take to buy a Matt Houston?
Leave me alone, Ben.
Come on, then tell me what it takes. Huh? It must be something really big, because you know what? I never thought I'd see the day.
You just knock it off.
I mean, what do you give a man who's got everything? Educate me.
I think I made a mistake. Right? Matter of conscience.
Here's your conscience. You know, if anybody would ever told me to stay would come, I would have bet my kids against it. I'm gonna fight you, Houston. I was on that case, too. I've got some testimony of my own. And you make me sick.
But I have your Miss Parsons. I will not hesitate to kill her if you do not fulfill your end of the bargain. Of course, Mr. Houston, you will be watched.
People, please. My client has been through a long ordeal. The injustice has now been corrected.
Justice?
Mr. DeVal was being charged based on the testimony of one individual. That testimony has been recanted, all charges have been dropped, and he is free.
Free to kill again.
Lieutenant, I'm warning you.
This man is a known terrorist. Now he goes scot-free because of him.
One more word, Novelli. I'll see you in court.
It stinks.
Mr. Houston, can you tell us why you changed your...
Come in.
Sir, just got word by radio. Your son's been set free.
That's it. We won't need that girl anymore. Take her out and kill her.
What's going now, fellas?
Hold it! Bring her back inside. Leave us be. You too, get out. She's an idiot, but she helps pass the time. We're thousands of miles from nowhere here. So few diversions. I'm sure you understand that. You look like a woman of obvious intellect. Taste. Class. What is this? Oh, I see. Not good looking enough for you, huh? Do I offend your tender sensibilities? Would you like to hear some gentle words? Here's some gentle words. I just ordered to have you killed, and I thought I might change my mind. You have 1 minute to change my mind.
All right.
bullet will be much too quick. Pretty soon we'll have Houston here. Watch each other die. It'll be much slower than a bullet.
Turn to 129er.
129er is going to take us right out into open ocean. We haven't got that kind of fuel.
129er.
So now that we all know each other a little better and we're getting comfortable, and your friend back there's got a pistol trained at the back of my head, would you mind telling me where we're going?
Between Florida and the Bahamas, off of Cuba and Haiti, there's all sorts of islands nobody's ever bothered to record. Nobody goes there. Set the autopilot.
Guess it means we'll be traveling for a little bit, huh?
We have 17 minutes to go. That is to say, we do. You have somewhat less. You see, Mr. Houston, no matter what my father said, there's no point in you making it back to that island.
And why'd I know you were going to say that? What's it going to be, a swan dive from 35,000 feet?
Take him in the back and kill him.
Freeze! Now hand Mr. Houston the gun.
Bless you, sir.
You mean that little scene outside the courtroom was an act?
I'll catch you on real quick, Junior. Over here.
You're a fool, Houston. What are you gonna do, send me back to jail? That's where I was. We're back where we started.
Not quite. See, we know where your island is now. See, Lieutenant Novelli here used to be a captain in the Air Force. She's gonna fly you back to Key West and return with the cavalry.
You go down to that island and he'll kill her.
Not if he doesn't know I'm on the island. Help me on with this, Vance, would you?
Houston, if we don't land on that island, Duvall is gonna know that something's up.
You think whatever he wants to, Vance, as long as I got time enough to get CJ out of there. One way or another.
One way or another. Listen, were you airborne or Rangers? When was the last time you made a jump?
Well, I've never made a jump before, Vance. I was Army intelligence. Where's the cord on this thing?
This is it right here. This is it.
Relax, it's a joke. Come on, we gotta get going.
Good luck.
Thank you. How goes the revolution? Listen, you're probably wondering right now if Matt Houston is the kind of man that'd strangle a woman, aren't you?
I think we both know that you would not.
Well, the only problem is I happen to be thinking about a pretty lady right now that I care an awful lot about. Her welfare depends upon your cooperation. Now, I'd think about that very carefully. Now, are you and me gonna be friends? No?
Yes.
Good. Good. Hey, you just take it easy. Now, you take me to Duvall.
I don't know whether you realize or not, but what you're doing is impossible.
We're just gonna have to find that out, aren't we? You drive.
Alive.
All right.
How did you get here?
Well, it's a long story, but anyway, the problem is going to be getting out of here.
Okay, because I have a map of the island.
Good.
Look at this.
It's got to be the landing strip. Now, that's where Novelli's going to pick us up. Let's go.
Hold it, Houston! Stay right where you are! Move it! Cover all doors and windows.
Come on, CJ.
This way. You believe this? Smoke bombs, flares, hand grenades.
Automatic weapons, place is real stockpile.
They're going nowhere. It's just a matter of time.
Tell me something. You believe in God? I sure hope so. But you hold out your hands.
Hold out your hands like a good girl.
If you will notice, that is set for 3 minutes. And in 3 minutes, we're going to find out if there's really a heaven or if we're all going to wind up rabbits in Idaho.
I am a soldier. I have no fear of death.
You're bluffing.
Lady, we've got nothing to lose.
Look, if you want to speak to Duvall, well, I think I could arrange a... Please. Please. My God.
You best go warn your friends, ma'am.
Hold your position! Stay where you are! Stay where you are! Stay where you are! Hold your position!
Get the hell out of here.
Carla! Carla!
He's got dynamite! He's got a bomb!
Hold your position! Hold your... Where's Houston?
I'm getting the hell out of here! Move!
Houston, it looks like the airstrip is off to the right.
I hope you're right. Get out!
You betrayed me, and you betrayed my son. I told you what I'd do.
That'd be Novelli with the cavalry. You face it, Duvall, it's over. Your history.
There are thousands of islands in this world. Brick and mortar can be replaced. There are always new people I can get. And I'll be back in business, my friend. But you will not be here to see it. No, you will not even be here when those planes land. You will be dead.
be with your son, Duvall. You're gonna be with him real soon. You'll both be together in the same cell.
Ragazzi, dove siete? Ma che state facendo? Oh, facciamo tardi, eh? It's late. What's the hold up? Oh, you can't tie your tie. It's such a simple thing.
Mama, they're dragging their feet because they don't want to go to the opera.
Well, that's not true. It's not that I don't like the music. I just can't understand it. See, I don't speak Italian.
Yeah, I speak Italian. It's Greek to me.
Oh, per carità, I love it. Oh, a proposito, your wife's downstairs waiting for you in the car, so hurry up.
Lieutenant Novelli, telephone, line 1.
Be right back.
Anyway, Houston, it's for charity.
I know it's for charity. I bought the tickets, but does that mean I still have to go?
Well, you don't have to go. It's the mayor, it's the commissioner. I think it's a good idea.
Houston, there's a bomb scare at the Coliseum. Can you give me a lift over there and some backup?
You got it. Listen, ladies, why don't you go on ahead and enjoy yourself? This is an emergency. We'll be there as soon as we can.
Oh, benedetta vita dei poliziotti. Oh.
Isn't it the truth?
It was great the way you did that.
I didn't think you were ever going to come back in there. I mean, what are you going to do now, huh? Come on, let's do something.
All right, let's go. Come on. It's on. We gotta go. All right.
To collar him for too long when he gets here because he's not in the best mood.
Well, pardon my French, but he hasn't been in a great mood for a couple of weeks.
Well, I think he's overworked, Chris. Between business and those people who've been following him, he's about had it.
He's never found out who they are?
No, and every time he turns around, they're following him or photographing him or something. He almost caught one the other day, but it didn't work out. So try not to throw too much at him when he gets here.
It's not just for me.
Well, I know Murray has stuff that needs attention, but let's try and get him to put it off a little bit.
Well, I'll try and track down Murray and fill him in.
All right, but let's hold on till this afternoon if we can.
94 to 99, 97, 99. Temperature change expected.
Yes, I know, CJ, I'm late. I'm sorry. The phone has been ringing off the wall. I can't believe everything has to be done right now.
Chris, would you call the restaurant and see if we can push the reservation to 1:30?
Houston, stop right there. Houston, there is a performance bond on this shipyard deal I just don't like.
And we have got to talk about rescheduling. Murray, what I have got to do is eat some lunch. What you've got to do is please stay here and wait till I get back.
But Houston...
Murray, my head is spinning. I promise I'll sign it all when I get back. Promise. This is getting out of hand. I'm serious, CJ.
I have spent my life building up my business. Now it's eating me alive.
Houston, no one twisted your arm. You wanted to be rich, you gotta pay for it.
Cute, CJ. Well, I wonder what it's all for, you know what I mean?
Look, how many years has it been?
Too many.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Sharon, this is C.J. Parsons,
Hi.
my associate lawyer.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Sharon's an old friend of mine back in Texas. What are you doing here?
Well, Houston, I really don't know how to phrase this.
What's the matter?
Well, back home in Texas, for a long time now, someone's been watching me, following me. Well, I know it sounds foolish, but...
It doesn't sound foolish at all. For the last few weeks, every time Houston turns around, somebody's been following him.
You too? What's going on here?
Well, I don't know, but I'm getting damn sick of it. At first, I thought it was my imagination. It just happened too often. To find out. Speak of the devil, do you believe that there's the van again? Open up!
Would you like some lunch?
We'll eat in a bit, thanks.
I wouldn't.
Once I thought I saw people taking my picture. A man. And once this other man was following me, and I just barely made it home. And then another time, someone tried to run me off the road. And I know it was deliberate.
What do the police in Houston say about this?
They didn't believe me. They just made some jokes about me being pretty and said they'd like to follow me home, too. And said the world was full of bad drivers.
Somebody's following both of us. 1,500 miles apart. Now, there's got to be an explanation for that.
Houston, I'm afraid. And I don't know why.
Don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna hurt you. We'll get this thing figured out. Probably the best place to start is in Texas.
Houston, would you? I mean, you'd have to come back home.
I've been looking for an excuse to get back that way for a long time anyway. I haven't seen my daddy in a while.
I'll have Chris make an airline reservation. You call your dad. If I know him, he'll want to pick you up at the airport.
you a real Texas welcome.
Oh, it's been a long time, Dad.
What are you doing up in that little bitty state, California?
California.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember Sharon Dardis?
Hi, Mr. Casey.
It's good to be back.
Tell Mr. Cody that his friend from the airport is calling.
Mr. Cody, Mr. Lane is calling you from the airport.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Cody. We just got in. Houston's here. He's got the girl with him.
Stay with them.
Mr. Cody, I really feel it's a little early.
You always knew your deadline, Doctor. Houston's here now. Those bandages coming off today.
I don't understand if someone's following Sharon. What can you do about it? Where do you begin?
Not exactly sure, Dad. The only thing I can do is wait till it happens again, then counterpunch.
Well, I don't even want to think about it. This is the first day I've relaxed in months. Look.
I've forgotten how pretty this drive is.
And it all belongs to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, Daddy gave me this land when I graduated.
This is the land you're giving over to the state. Well, it was in all the papers.
I mean, these places are hard to come by these days with modern development. Birds need a place to migrate. Kids need places to fish. This is all going to become a preserve.
I think it's just wonderful. I guess everybody does.
Elkridge Oil doesn't. Elgin Cody's company. That old pirate's been after this riverland since the day one.
Why?
There is oil under it.
How you doing? Good to see you. Hey. Santos?
Welcome home, Matlock.
Be here.
Matt? What is it?
These were taken today. No visible change in appearance. No scars to worry about.
I did everything, didn't I, son? Offered Houston top dollar for those lands. I even told him to name his own price.
There's just no dealing with him.
I talked to Houston like a man. What did he say?
Said he already had the biggest steak he could eat.
Biggest steak he could eat. Elkhart Oil's going under unless I can get those river lands.
Houston did this to himself, Daddy.
All right, Doc, get started.
Hmm? Oh, yes.
Mr. Cody.
Houston's the name. Matt Houston. Very nice.
Excuse me. Freshen up a little.
Well, we'll just have to see what C.J. Parsons has to say about it.
Maybe. We only need a couple of days.
Hey, where's the doc?
Well, he said he went to freshen up.
Freshen up my eye. He figured it out. After his job was done, we couldn't leave any loose ends. We'll find him.
Amigo, por favor. ¡Vámonos!
Sí, sí. Gracias, amigo.
Operator, I want to make a long-distance call. Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. Collect. Person to person, Mr. Virgil Wade. Yes.
Doc, yeah. Tell him I'll be right there.
It's Colette.
Colette? Okay, I'll take it.
Be there, Virgil. Please let him be there.
Doc, you old son of a gun. It's been years. What's up?
Virgil! Oh, I'm so glad you're there. It's Houston.
Doc, calm down now. Calm down. What about Houston?
Virgil, I don't know what made me do it. To think I could get away with it. I'm so sorry.
Get away with what?
They offered me so much money. I mean, so much money. Not that you could turn down the Codys. Anyway, they're the power. You know that.
Doc, what the hell are you talking about?
Virgil, you're gonna hate me. I thought I could get out in time, pull a sting on the Codys. Dear God, what made me think that? Virgil, they're gonna kill me.
Doc, tell me about Houston.
Oh, God, this is it.
Doc!
Oh, God, this is it. It's okay, Virgil. It's okay. Hey, hang on just a minute. Oh, boy, am I glad to see you guys.
Doc! 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 Doc!
Eddie? What's all this with the luggage outside?
I know. You get home once in a millennium, and I get a phone call that puts me on the next plane out of the country. I've got a problem. An accident on one of my offshore oil platforms. 4 men killed.
Oh, my God, Daddy, I'm sorry.
I know the families. I have to be there.
Of course you do.
And that luncheon I set up for tomorrow, half of Houston society will be there, saying hello, but I won't be there either. Well, we got time for a visit, albeit a shorty. Still bourbon?
You bet.
Sharon okay?
Yeah, I dropped her off at home, safe and sound. Tell me something. When I left here, her family was quite wealthy. Now she's working as a waitress.
I should have said something to you. Her daddy, just before he died, went belly up, mortgaged everything in sight. That little house that Sharon's living in, well, that's the last of that estate. Well, time does go by, doesn't it? Well, maybe one of these days we can have a real visit.
We'll get it done.
I hate to leave you, son. I mean, if you get trouble,
No, I'm gonna be all right. You have to go.
You don't get home very often.
Say that again.
And I miss you.
I miss you too, Daddy.
Be careful, son.
Safe trip. Real fine service.
Well, I'd hoped you'd be a little early.
Well, you knew I would be.
Now, Houston, you know your father planned this little cocktail party reception.
We'll be a little late. You know, thinking back on it, you corrupted me at a very tender age.
I corrupted you? Oh, sure. You remember, we used to get home when it was practically daylight, and I'd sneak in the house. We thought we were so wicked, didn't we? Lordy, by today's standards, we qualified for sainthood. Oh, Houston. We had that big fight, and then you were gone. I didn't hear from you.
Many phones where I was in Nam, Sharon.
And time went by. I was lonely. I was angry. I don't know what. Stupid. God, I was so stupid, Houston.
It's ancient history, isn't it?
Uncle Matt.
Sandy!
How are you? Fine. How are you?
Well, wonderful. You're looking great.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Houston! How are you, Houston? Elton! Nice to see you.
Well, Houston. And pretty lady. I don't believe I've had the pleasure. In fact, I know I haven't.
Sharon Dardis. It's nice to meet you, Mr. Curtis.
Mr. Houston here has good taste.
Why, thank you.
Good taste, not necessarily good judgment. Seems that Mr. Houston and I differ in our perception of good judgment. Well, that's what makes the world go round. Yeah, another subject. Unless you change your mind.
No, I haven't.
Oh, of course. Mr. Houston here is a rare man. I appreciate it, I really do. But it doesn't mean I have to agree with it, of course. Let me ask you, my dear. If you had some 4,000 acres of riverland, doing nothing but sitting there for some birds sunning themselves, giving it to the state Lord Almighty...
I don't think this is really a good time. We're going to run along, all right?
You can't say I didn't make you a fair offer.
Good offer.
Good offer. Good offer. That's right. You heard that? Make the deal. Now, take my hand, darling. Houston. Take my hand.
The only way I'm going to take your hand, Elgin, is to say goodbye.
Say yes to me. This is your last chance. Your last chance.
Goodbye.
Hell, Houston, I got all the steak I could eat myself.
Well, you tried every way. All I gotta do now is make a phone call. Do it.
He scares me.
Elgin Cody can be a pretty scary man.
I don't know. Wouldn't life be simpler if you just sold him the Riverland? I mean...
With that Riverland, he would have a continuous line from wellhead to ship. Next thing he'd do is dredge a harbor, just destroy the whole landscape. Looks like a detour. I guess we'll just have to take the long way home.
You're good company.
Hang on tight, we got a little trouble.
Hell, he spotted us.
This is Tanny. Houston's on his way.
Don't worry. We'll get him next time.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm a friend.
Well, you better tell me how you're my friend before I roll all over you like a truck. What are you staring at?
We gotta talk.
You best make it fast. This has not been my day.
Yeah. Well, first, I want to show you something.
So you've got sketches of me. Who's the fan club?
I don't know. But you got a wicked right. You need a little more fortification, you mind?
Look, what are these supposed to mean? What are you doing in my father's house? And who the hell are you?
Name's not important.
Well, then you won't mind telling me what it is.
Virgil Wade. Came to see Bill.
But he happens to be out of town on a business trip, and he probably...
Well, this business had come up all of a sudden. I mean, unexpected, so that he had to leave right away, right now.
Matter of fact.
It's a setup.
Oh, please, help yourself.
You gotta get out of here. You gotta get back to L.A. Too damn risky for you to stick around here.
Is that right?
I got these from the office of a friend of mine. He was a plastic surgeon.
What's your point?
You planning on getting your nose bobbed? No. So why was Doc working on somebody to make him look like you? Go back to L.A. till this gets figured out, huh?
What
What is it with you? What do you want from me?
I just want to save your hide, that's all.
Why do you want to save my hide? Something very funny has been going on, and I think you're a part of it. Now, you better start talking to me straight before I break your head.
I don't blame you for taking it this way. I probably would myself. Better talk to Bill. Tell him to call me when he gets back, huh? I'll be at the Aztec Motel.
You are not going anywhere till you tell me what's going on.
I'll do that.
Talk to me.
That's what I've been doing. I can't get through to you, so now I'm leaving. You just let it be.
You come in here with this song and dance about a dead doctor. You show me sketches of myself. You tell me what's going on. What is your con?
Just don't press it.
Press it? Tell me why. You tell me why I shouldn't press it. You say you came here to help me, then you tell me why. You give me one good reason why I...
Because I'm your father! Oh, damn. Damn, I swore to Bill this would never happen. But you never find out you're adopted. But your life's on the line, and he's not here. I don't even know what the hell it is when I'm trying to protect you from it. It's there. I know it is. You're in danger. And you're my son! And I can't just let it pass! Yeah.
Sharon, this is Houston. Listen, I've got to fly back to L.A. for some business. I think it would probably be safer if you came with me. All right, listen, I'll pick you up.
Virgil Wade is an interesting man, Houston. When I fed his name into Baby, it came up with more information than the local police have. To begin with, his name is an alias. He was a war hero in Korea, and when he came back to Texas, he became a wildcatter. Now, the tax records show that he was building up quite a fortune. And then about 30 years ago, everything just stopped.
What stopped?
The tax records. Apparently, he disappeared, became a drunk. Then he resurfaced a few years later, selling oil leases that he didn't have the right to sell.
That's when he started piling up the police record. Sharon, have you ever seen him before?
No, I've never seen him.
Oh, one little tidbit of information that's interesting. When you wade through all the aliases that he's had, you come up with the name Wade Matlock, the name he joined the Army with, his real name. How about that for a coincidence?
I don't understand any of this. Houston, you mean you thought this man might have something to do with me?
Not anymore, Sharon.
Well, if he approached you, you're going to need help.
CJ, I'll be just fine.
Houston, I think he's probably trying to set you up. If he came out of nowhere and approached you, what did he talk to you about?
Well, that's a little private. Listen, I'll keep in touch. Let's go.
Are you going back to Texas right away?
Yeah, first I'm going to stop by the police station to see if he's got a record here in L.A.
Why is the citizen standing here?
Lieutenant, it's just Houston. Why don't you lighten up, Hoyt?
Sir, I will get to you in a minute. You let people just walk in off the street and handle department files?
Novelli used to always let Houston come in and check out.
Is that some kind of eye problem? Do I look like Novelli to you? Novelli is gone. I'm in charge now. These records are for departmental use only unless authorized by my office. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
What's the matter, Hoyt? Did your mother get scared by a drill sergeant?
Mother joke, son. State your purpose, Houston. Business or personal? If it's personal, sit down and have a cup of coffee. If it's business, hit the door.
Listen, I'm curious. What is it you have against me?
Against you? Nothing. Against private investigators, everything. I hate amateurs. Some people hate spiders. Some people hate snakes. I hate amateurs. See you around. Not so fast. This man, Virgil Wade, what do you want with him?
Strictly amateur night. You wouldn't be interested.
Not good enough. I want an answer.
Boy, I've got a lot of friends down here that are cops. I'd sure hate for one of them to have to arrest me for striking an officer. Now, why don't you take your hand off me? Thank you.
The man got guts.
What was that, Lieutenant?
Said the man is nuts. Next time Houston wants something, send him directly to me.
Yes, sir.
You're awfully quiet.
Got a lot on my mind.
For instance?
For instance, we have been followed
Followed?
ever since we left the police station. Better hang on. My turn now. Let's see how he likes being chased. This has definitely not been my week. We better get back to Texas. Sharon, listen, I think it would be a good idea if you stayed at my house for a little while.
Why, I'm mad, Houston.
No, I mean, just for a little while until I figure out what the hell's going on.
No, really, I'll feel better in my own place. I'll be all right.
Sharon.
I promise. Anything unusual, I'll pop right back to your house. Okay?